The mystery city that I used to hear on Friends. and here it is. This is where Chandler got into all that trouble.
That's right. So you just came in this morning, so
I did.
Are you well rested?
I am well rested.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm fine.
Okay.
Really.
Look, Rebecca, she's like, I know you're fine.
See
that?
Okay. And some bananas.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You got bananas?
Yeah, they're weird. They're around. They're yellow. It's great.
Dang it. I'm so in the know, man. This is what it's like to get celeb. I dig it. Okay, speaking of in the know, I have a serious, sincere question. You're a former agent of Hydra. You guys have a network. You know things. Who do you think died on The Walking Dead?
God, I haven't seen that show. I'm really bad. I know. Like I gotta watch that show.
Yeah.
I don't know who died. I don't know, because now I'm like watching Westworld, I guess. I was reading about that wannabe crossover with Game of Thrones, which I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. That's a little tricky.
I watch Game of Thrones.
Right?
I watch Stranger Things.
Now you're a big 80s fan, right? Like, you love stuff in the 80s.
I am. I should try and get on that show.
I mean, yeah. You could be like grown-up Will back from time.
Yes, yeah.
Somebody write that down. This is magic.
Strange things happen.
You never know. I mean, okay, so in terms of your 80s love, just to well-round it out, the character that you played in Hot Tub Time Machine was perfect. Right?
Yeah, kind of ironic how that all went down.
Oh, is there a story there?
No, it's just, I was always sort of suspicious of the Russians, and then they became my best friends.
When they trained you to actually beat up a 80s idol, Robert Downey Jr., how messed up was that? Right? Think about that. I see conspiracy. See how I just came around?
That's right, yeah. He was an 80s idol.
Yeah.
Do you remember him in Back to School?
Yes.
I really like that movie a lot, actually.
You know how only half the room was like...
I know. It was a funny movie. It was like,
guys, come on.
It was a while ago.
It's all good. Listen, they didn't hear or come here to hear me talk. We've got some questions. Which side do we want to start with? Which side do you want to go? Left or right?
And you already see some familiar faces.
Yeah?
Yeah, you, right there. Yeah, I know you. How are you?
Oh, wait, we need Mike.
My old friend.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, what's up?
We're in Tulsa.
Yeah, we're in Tulsa. I was actually kind of afraid about making this journey, but I feel good now, so we're here. So here's my question. I've recently re-entered the dating world with online dating. It's pretty fraught.
I don't know anything about it, but keep going.
It's crazy. Well, I think you got a level head, so I'm going to ask you for some advice first. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not going to ask you for this. There's a site called OkCupid, and it asks for, shake your head, you should. There is a question on the dating profile that says, what are the 6 things you can't live without, or your 6 must-haves? So that's my question to you. What are your 6 things that you can't live without?
Wow.
That's a pretty good. That got existential early, didn't it?
I know, here we are.
It doesn't have to. I put like the internet, so.
Give me 2 of your things.
Oh, okay. And I put the internet and
I can live without the internet.
yeah, I bet.
I'll tell you that.
And then I put cheesecake because I really like cheesecake.
Cheesecake. Okay. All right. Well, peanut butter for me, definitely. I can eat it anytime. I mean, I've crushed like jars. Like I used to have a pretty good record with that in college.
You're about to get like
Some of the
jars
things are out there. I guess what else? What was it? Starbucks. Yeah, maybe Starbucks. I'll throw that one on there. 6 other things. my friends, I'm very lucky. I'm very good friends in my life. And so I
I love
definitely
that
need
too,
it.
just,
Yes. They're not a lot of them, but they're there. What else? You know what? I mean, it seems to me like I can't live without Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm here because of them, so I got to meet all you guys. So I got to throw them in there. What else? That's 3, right?
That's 4.
That's 4. Good. Okay. 2.
How do you feel about jelly? You like peanut butter. What's your relationship?
Jelly, I'm okay. I'm much more of like peanut butter, honey, and banana kind of situation. Nutella's really good. Chocolate, I'll throw chocolate in there. Chocolate's very important. And, you know, you gotta have a really good drink once in a while. So I'll leave it at
thank you.
It's like, alcohol, yeah!
Excellent example.
Someone still wants some? Yes.
Hi, Thomas. Bona. Chair my badge. My name is Amy. I come from Hong Kong. My question is, what's
Hi.
your favorite storyline during this year you've performed? And want you to know, tell your best, I
love you too.
Favorite storyline that you've done? What do you?
Favorite
Yeah,
storyline?
like which one mattered most to you? I mean, Winter Soldier, Civil War.
No, I mean I still like the Winter Soldier storyline because it's still unexplored. You know, we still need to go back and kind of figure some things out over there. I'd like to know what happened to maybe like 10 years before the Winter Soldier movie with him.
Is that a possibility?
Anything is possible.
I wasn't sure if you were talking to me right there. Like,
I wish. I'm apparently campaigning for it without even really realizing that.
as are we, yes? Excellent. Thank you.
Hello. I'm Chelsea. I'm from New Orleans, so that's why I'm really excited about the alcohol thing.
I still have never been to New Orleans, by the way. Even though one of my best friends lives there. Yeah. Oh, cool. Tell him I said hi.
Like everybody has this separation of
I do too.
It's true.
So thank you for coming to Tulsa. Thank you for coming to Tulsa. My question is, so you film all around the world, but is there one location that you have not filmed yet that if you had a chance you want to contact people, like what would have really sticks to you?
I really want to film in Japan. Yeah, I really want to go to Japan. I've never been to Japan. So that to me is my number one situation. I hope that happens at some point. Yeah.
So Winter Soldier, 10 years before, it takes place in Japan. Piece it together.
Exactly.
Come on. Here we go.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. Any other places? Any other locations?
I'd go to Australia. I've never been to Australia. I have a couple of friends from Australia. That sounds fun. Where else? Maybe Iceland. Apparently Iceland is a really great, pretty place. Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Thank you.
Fun.
Hey!
Hello.
It's great to see you again. I was in Austin. So my question is, you've given a lot of us hope that there's reason to keep pushing forward through life and keep going on through all the struggles that you face. Is there anyone that gave you that hope while you were growing up or even now as an adult? And is there anything that you'd like to say to any of us who might be in a rough patch right now?
There's a special part two.
Sorry.
Oh, God. You know what's the thing is, in college, I don't know, I was just always curious, for some reason. I really was curious. I mean, acting was very good for me because once I really clicked with that in college, then I was very curious to find role models, and so I was always looking up people and researching sort of like Stephen Queen and like all kinds of people. And you know, most of those guys who were successful, actually, if you really look into it, they all have very troubled pasts. And so it's a mindset, I think, because at the end of the day, you know, it's like the rough patches that you may be going through are sort of like also these great gifts, you know, that you can kind of like rise from. I mean, that's almost every superhero story, first of all. That's what everybody always keeps writing about, you know, every time you see somebody that takes that rough situation and makes something out of it, uses it as a jump off point or whatever. So, you know, I think the most important thing is just to be curious and kind of keep reading and keep looking out there where people are, you know, writing or talk. I've always, biographies to me were always very, you know, sort of important because I like knowing how someone got to where they got. And every time it's the same story. Every time it's someone who feels like the world's falling apart around them, or they've lost someone important in their life, or they've got nothing, they have no opportunities, they're growing up in a neighborhood full of drugs and all kinds of things. So, and it's interesting to see them find their way. And so, I guess go out there and, you know, surround yourself with those examples of people that have gotten through that, and just know that, you know, we're all capable of it. You know, we all can do it.
It's beautiful. Take a moment for the tears right now. Do you have a favorite biography that you've read?
Well, I mean, I just read all the acting ones. I mean, from Pacino to Brando to De Niro to Steve Queen to
All their books just went up on Amazon, right?
no, but I mean, you have to. I guess you have to look for. You know, well, the problem for me, it was always like these people just seemed like they were gods. You know, everyone idolized them. Everyone talked about them like, oh, well, you know, you'll never be that. You know, you'll always hear that because like they're gods, but they never started out that way. We made them into gods. You know, I mean, they just found a way to make themselves available. You know, so. Anyway.
No, that was the perfect existential answer right there. We made them into gods. That's perfect. No, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yes.
Hey, nice to see you. I'm good.
Wait, we can't wait. You're feeling my face? There we go.
Okay, so I was wondering if you could tell us a little bit about I'm Not Here and what's your favorite color?
What's my favorite color?
Yes.
Black and red. Definitely always wins for me. Can't go wrong there. I'm Not Here is a really interesting project. I mean, it's really about, you know, it's a lot about this thing called quantum leap, actually. So I'm not going to go on explaining what that is. Maybe you've heard of it or not. But it's out there on the internet. You can look it up and see what that means. But it is very much about sort of this idea that, you know, there's always multiple versions of you kind of experiencing, possibilities of you experiencing life. Me making the plane here, being here with you right now is one way today is shaping up. If I had missed the connection flight in Atlanta and I took a later flight, that was going to send me down another path. But the idea is that sort of possibility is already existing in another parallel. It sounds crazy. But anyway, so this movie is sort of about, it's a little bit of that concept. It's about this guy's life, and you're seeing him in, you know, kind of when he was younger, and you're seeing sort of him where he ends up in the future. And it's sort of about the audience kind of realizing what choices he's made in his life and what got him there, and essentially, it's like that movie Sliding Doors. You know, you make an appointment, you either make the train or you don't. And that little thing can send your life in two different directions. So it's I haven't seen it, I don't know, it was a lot of fun. You know, anytime they say I can dye my hair, I say yes. Blonde is great.
Blonde is good.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Do Do you watch a lot of your movies?
Oh God. After consuming a lot of alcohol, I did. No, I mean, it's just not. It's not something. I've gotten a little bit better at it. It's hard. It's hard to, you know. It's hard.
You're like not seeing the movie, you're seeing you doing the movie.
Yeah, because the thing is, you're always. I think it's easier when you've had time apart from it, and then you've kind of moved on and whatnot. But when you're, that's why I have a hard time kind of shooting something and going to the monitor and watching it again, because it's playing your mind a certain way. It's never like that when you watch it, you know. But
Anybody that's want to be actor?
sometimes you really do look like an idiot, and it is good to watch.
Yes.
Hi. I'm not going deep. I just want to know, what would Bucky do if they woke him up from cryo not to tell him that they took all the brainwashing out and they figured it all out, but just to tell him Steve's dead?
Wait, let me get this straight. So they'll wake him up and they wouldn't tell him that they fixed him, but they'll just go, "Hi, it's the year 2025, Steve's dead. Would you like cream in your coffee?" Yes! I'm free! Oh, God. No. It would be like, but then it would be like a joke. It would be like, I'm just joking. Anyway, that's all. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
He just goes crazy and kills like 15 scientists. They're like, we're talking!
Well, I mean, if you think about it, based on the story, he would have been gone when you're first woken up. So you might Winter Soldier up and be like,
Oh, you talking about, I'm sorry, you were talking about back then. I thought you meant now.
No, now. I think
Now,
so.
yeah, now. Back then. Who are you talking about? Yeah, now I think it would be back on the road. Back on the run.
Thank you.
yes.
Hi, so my question is, what Hogwarts house are you in, and what house do you think Bucky would be in?
What Hogwarts house would you personally be in, and which one would Bucky be in?
Here's another fun fact.
Let's get real people.
I've never seen Harry Potter.
Because he is magic. You gotta understand what he's
I'm sorry, I haven't. Look, one time they asked me, and I said, "That's the one where I have the little animal, right? Mine would be a wolf." No, that's not. They didn't make any more movies in that story. Chronicles of Narnia.
Thank you.
But I like Tom Felton, so I'll go where he is.
Hogwarts house, that would be my house as well, so.
Perfect.
Beautiful, beautiful. What's your question?
Hi. My question is that you've really inspired a lot of your fans to be more creative and to write, draw, and start acting. Who's inspired you to be more creative in your career and your everyday life? It goes back for me to Rutgers, the school that I went to, Mason Gross there. I was in a really great class. I had a great group of actors who were my friends, and we were really lucky. I mean, they're all incredible actors, and so I was surrounded by good people who were also kind and generous, and I think that really helped out a lot. And that's the thing. I always believe it's the company you keep. You know what I mean? People in your life are extensions of you. That's how I always feel. And I was lucky to have good influences in my life back then. You know, and everybody was working really hard, and then I worked hard, I guess. So maybe my college class, I guess.
Nice. I mean, steel sharpens steel, so you can play against those guys and it makes you better.
Well, when it comes to, when it comes to acting and so on, I mean, I always feel that that's one of the things I try and do. I really don't sit there and go, oh, movies and not TV or whatever. It doesn't really matter so much to me as much as it's the people that are involved, because I know if I'm scared and I know that the person opposite me is a, acting giant or whatever, then I'm going to be forced to do better, and I feel, I don't know, sometimes it's good to be forced to do things.
Absolutely. Get out your comfort zone, push yourself, right?
That has a lot of meanings, but...
I wasn't going to say phrasing. I was trying to, deter away from that. Totally right.
I know, it's impossible.
Hi, Seb. So my name is Armin. I came all the way from San Francisco for you. And my question is, if you somehow end up in an alternate universe and have to live as one of the characters you played before, who would you pick and why?
If you had to be one of your characters forever.
Not TJ. Great guy. We'd still be at the club. No, I mean, Oh, yeah. That's right, yeah. He was really fun to play. Oh, I would totally do that. I would do like a movie version of Jefferson.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah,
Anybody else listening, that show happens too.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Seb. Can I call you Seb?
Sure.
Okay, so in the first Avenger, where Steve goes to rescue you and the rest of the 107, and he takes the Dancer Girl's hat and he uses his stage shield, what do you think Bucky would say if he knew that Steve came to save him just using stage props?
Oh, God. It's way worse than I thought.
I mean, because obviously you didn't know that he was Captain America then.
It was a really hard scene to film, that rescue scene, because, it was like we had 2-3 pages to kind of, that's the thing. I mean, in a nutshell, that you can make a whole movie out of that whole thing of how they reunite, kind of like, I mean, my guy's already, I'm already like sort of subdued in a Twilight Zone state, and then, just imagine if suddenly, I don't know, someone from your past comes in, like your grandparents. You wake up and it's like your grandparents are at your door and they're 22 and 23 years old, and you're like, or it's something drastic like that. So I was never sure of how we were going to communicate how awkward and weird and crazy the whole thing was, but I'm still confused by it, obviously. I don't know if I don't know if Bucky ever really got used to,
Big Steve.
Big Steve,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, Sebastian. I'm Natalie, and my question is, what's your favorite medium of acting that you do, film, television, or stage, and within that, what genre?
Well, I mean, I think they're all great. No, I do. Look, movies are the director's medium, and television is always the writing. That's like kind of what ends up being the thing. And then theater is usually the actor. That's like the actor, because what you see on the stage is essentially new every night. And I like as an actor, you're the last editor. But they're all interesting. I mean, I don't know. I love the interaction that I'd be able to have, sort of just being up here and hearing you laugh would inspire me to be a certain way, and it's just like a back and forth like that you can't find on the camera. And at the same time, with the camera, you don't sometimes you can just think something and you understand what I'm thinking, or you relate to it, and that's amazing too. So, I don't know, whichever one, I guess.
If I take a specific question, can I have to say hi, Natalie, hi, Allison,
Sure.
Real good. There you go.
Hi, Natalie. Hi, Allison.
That was choreography right there. That was serious.
I don't know the things I do.
It's natural talent, sir. That's what that is.
No.
Hello.
Oh.
Good morning.
Oh my. Glad you made it out of the hotel room as well. It's a long night.
So you brought quite an array of characters to life in movies, on television, and on stage. So my question to you is, what do you feel has been your most challenging role to date, and why?
Everything for me that's been the hardest, I think, so far has just been, on stage. I mean, that's been the really difficult part. I mean, it's always hard. It's never really easy. I mean, it's interesting with Bucky because I think when you return to a character over and over again, you really start like kind of understanding them. Yeah, I mean, you start knowing their, like the next move or the next thought before, even sometimes when they write something, I'm like, oh, funny enough, I actually thought about that. But in theater, it's really hard because you have to really kind of maintain it all the time, and you're that far from, and I'm here, and you're not going to see like my eyes, and so I'm going to have to somehow make you understand like what's going on with me, with my body, and that's always a challenge.
This whole row just started blushing right now.
That's always a challenge.
That's awesome.
I'm Blaine, and I actually chose the namesake because of your character.
Oh.
Because I relate to him. He's perfect. But
Did you say Blaine?
yeah, Blaine, the hating American.
Yeah.
Come on, how could you forget
No,
that?
turtleneck. I got it.
But my question is actually, like, forgetting Civil War happened. My question is about the parallels between Jefferson and Bucky, how Jefferson, his curse is to remember and Bucky's curse is forgetting. So I would want to talk about the parallels between them because I love Jefferson and Bucky, they're both my sons. So and they're so similar in so many different ways. So it doesn't make sense, but they both have curses that they have to deal with. So.
Yeah, it's weird. I actually never really thought about it, but it's true. There's a lot of parallels there. I wonder why they picked me to play them both. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing, but Jefferson, yeah, it's been a while since I thought about it.
You just blew his mind right there. So that the whole thought was like, wow.
But the Mad Hatter is a great character. I mean, the Mad Hatter is a incredible character.
Oh, somebody said something disparaging about the Mad Hatter back there, didn't they? Who said that? Oh, now you want to be all quiet? Oh, there's okay. Somebody wasn't for the Mad Hatter. One person. That's all right. Everybody turn around and look like. She's hiding right now. That's all right.
I think they both, they're both wrestling with their mind.
Do you think they would want to like switch curses? I guess that's it.
Bucky want to remember, Jefferson forget.
Nah, I think Bucky would probably be like, that dude's crazy enough. I'm gonna go the other way. No, I mean, it would be interesting. Look, obviously you thought about it. I don't know what that conversation would be like, but maybe they would get along, I suppose.
That's some fan fiction for somebody to write. Make that happen. Do it now. Put it on ready. Thank you, Blaine. Thank you. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
First off, thank you for the existential crisis that I'm going to have later today.
question is, what do you think Bucky's last
Don't
thoughts?
read Stephen Hawking.
I already have, so the damage is done there. So,
What do you think Bucky's last thoughts would be?
when he's going back into the ice at the end of Civil War. Like, what are his last thoughts there before he goes to the ice?
My arm itches.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah, he lost it.
Super phantom. Double
Oh,
phantom.
no. I should have had dessert.
Oh no, I have to pee.
That's true.
I mean, this can go one of two ways. It can get really funny or it can get really sad.
I'm sorry.
This is a serious question. The state of mind at the end of everything. I mean, what does he?
I always thought this. You know, he's in a place of relief at that point because it's like, you know, it's like, man, you know, I've been followed by the shadow for such a long time. Just take this thing off of me and deal with it for a while and just let me hang out. You know, like let me just chill. You know, I mean, I feel like that's sort of where he's at. You know, it's kind of. Yeah, and I mean, who's to say that whatever they put him to sleep with doesn't give him, you know, nice dreams? I don't know. I just thought about that because I saw that Passengers trailer. Looks really great.
Yeah.
And I was like, I wonder if by that point, if you go into hibernation, like they would have that, right? Don't you think they would almost have they'll just inject you like an Apple TV?
Right. You know, catch up with all the movies that he
Yeah.
has.
I just wonder how that would be.
Anyway, Apple is already working on that.
I'm just getting over losing my voice, so forgive the croak. But in The Martian, Mark Wahlberg gets stuck on Mars. If they were to
So Matt Damon. Don't worry. He's not on stage, so you're fine.
I was like, that ain't just one
If they were to make a sequel, or if you were to be the one stuck on a planet or a space body, which planet or space body would you want to be stuck on?
If he says Earth, is that cheating?
Earth or Mars, that's cheating.
Let's try to help you out. Nice.
Exactly.
It is now. They brought it back. They brought it back.
I love that little Pluto. God, no, that's so far away. I feel like the moon. I don't know. I would be on the moon or something. If someone said, we're going to leave you on one of these planets, and it can't be Mars, I would say it would probably have to be, yeah, because all the other ones are just, you know,
It's a little too far.
gas. They're not even solid planets.
Question. Now your character in The Martian, he was good at blowing stuff up. How much practice did you have to go into for that?
Zero.
I blow stuff up all the time.
No, he wasn't actually, because that was he was the medic. Yeah, his whole thing was everyone's health. But but I remember researching a little bit about what those guys do, and they kind of have to be. It's interesting. They're all around sort of team players. They're like the sixth man. You know what I mean? They just get thrown in there. And they have to kind of take over. Yeah.
You're MacGyver-like. I need this way.
Every astronaut has to be in the guy in first over. Yeah, but anyway.
Hello, my name is Chia from Cancun, Mexico. They already asked you what character would you like to be, but in real life, if you had the chance to reprise any TV character you already played, TJ, Jefferson, Jack, or Carton, but if you had to choose only one, which one would you choose and why?
Which character would you be playing?
You know, I was thinking about him. I really was. A basin in the sun. That's how my friends used to refer to me. No. I don't know. I don't know. I would love to I actually really like this recent character you haven't seen yet that I've done on TV. This guy's name is Clay. And he's a stand-up comedian. And it's actually, that show's not coming out for a while, but I'm gonna pick him, and then when that comes out, you guys will tell me if I can pick it. Doesn't count? All right, then I'll do Carter Bates.
Would you like to say hi to your Latin American fan page, System World Venezuela?
Hi, Latin America fan page. We're in Tulsa. We're hanging.
It's so personal. I love that. You're like, instant voice.
Listen, man, I got it to 3 a.m. All right,
I
just
like that. The energy is high. We'll see what happens. Hello.
Hi. I don't know what to say.
we can laugh. Hi.
This is a fan out experience that's happening right here. Ladies and gentlemen. Great. The room has just died, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Please help me. Please help me.
I'm gonna have Pastor Forefathers.
I mean, like, seriously? And listen, don't nobody else get the blow that. I don't remember what I was going to say, Carl. Don't y'all do that. Y'all cut that out. Y'all cut that out.
I think I have a question.
Oh, now she has a question. Oh, really? Yes, what's your question?
Thank you for hugging me.
Pleasure.
You smell really good.
Everyone's getting her autograph now. It's gonna happen. Did you?
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
What are you gonna be for Halloween?
I don't know.
Say the Winter Soldier.
Oh,
There you go.
right.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's fantastic. Everybody's dying. Just check out pictures of yourself. Getting hugged. Did you have another question? Do you know what it is?
Shaking now.
Should we go to somebody else? So you
Want to think about it?
Okay. What were your initial thoughts of playing Bucky? Like when you first got it, like the first Captain America?
Am I coming back? I think. No. Well, the thing was, I always had that, I think you've heard me talk about it, I had that meeting with them, and we were talking about him and the character, but they weren't necessarily telling me that they wanted me to play him, so I really didn't know what to think. It was kind of, sort of like, it sounds amazing.
That's
But
awesome.
what do you,
Just like I have to go.
yeah, so I was just hoping that I would get to do it, because it sounded like a cool character. Perfect.
Now, as a, are you a comic book fan? Like, did you read Captain America stuff?
I didn't grow up with comic books, no. So I wasn't. I only started like looking at at comic books. towards the end.
Because I mean, there's a certain costume that Bucky was wearing, and I was curious what your thoughts were if you had to wear that.
That was a rough costume.
It was. I mean, it's not like Robin where your legs are out, but I mean, it was close.
Well, there was a lot of, you could see a lot of thigh. No, actually, I do remember sitting in that room and pulling out that initial comic and being like, so this is Bucky, but he's not, we're not gonna look about that. And actually, oh, great, okay.
So I wear real pants, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, I think it was reversed, because I think the truth was, to some extent, like Steve actually was always looking out for him in comic books, I think.
Right.
If I'm right. You know, and so in the movie version, he sort of throws that out a little bit.
Nicely done, nicely done. Yes.
Hi,
Hey.
I'm Kat from Texas. We actually drove up to meet you specifically.
No pressure.
Thank you for giving me an excuse to miss school because I hate those classes. But what I wanted to ask you was that you seem to play a lot of characters that have either tragic backstories or have gone through a lot of difficult things, like TJ, like your character on Kings, and just dealing with a lot of stuff. Have any of those characters inspired you to kind of live your life differently or given you motivation to maybe change something that you were doing that you realized, maybe I shouldn't?
Existential number 12.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that's why it's fun to act. That's what acting, you know, is. I mean, I don't know. That's what's fun about it is you're always learning something because your certain characters sort of force you to, you know, kind of explore different parts of you, think about different things you didn't, you know, and you're always, in a sense, sometimes, you know, some of those characters were sort of like, you know, versions, God forbid, you know, where I'm really lucky that my life isn't like that, or that I'm not, you know, dealing with those things, but you're always asking the question like, well, what if, you know, and so it definitely kind of helps one learn about yourself. That's why I think the arts are, you know, the best thing. Writing, whatever, you're always learning something about yourself because you're forced to really ask yourself questions, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I think you know, crazy characters are always more fun.
Well, yeah, but everybody likes the crazy guy, right? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I apologize that was the last question that we had time for. I'm so sorry you guys are staying in line. However, I need you guys to do something for me real quick, fast. Check under your chairs. There are possible pictures of Sebastian here. And if you have one of them, if you come up, you will actually get a special bag from Sebastian and possibly a picture. I know, isn't that awesome? Isn't it awesome? Don't be flipping chairs over people. Wow. Oh snap, oh snap.
That's a real good one.
Oh my God. Ladies appreciate all parts of it. We got one up here. We need some more. Some others? You got some others? Somebody else coming up?